So first, hello to my friends, brothers and sisters, and especially to you, Mr. Stevenson. My name is Parisa Zakari. I'm 20 years old. I was born in France and I studied medicine until I decided to fight for freedom in Iran, along my brothers and sisters in PMI. Considering the painful situation of young in Iran, like myself, how was it possible for me to close my eyes to repression and injustice? How was it possible for me to be indifferent to the situation in Iran? How could I have been indifferent to you, the young people in Iran? To all these boundaries, oppression, jobless, addiction, and to your pains. The dictatorial Iranian regime has not left a drop of freedom for you. Has it not used all the methods to oppress you? But could they silence your voice? No, we hear. I have heard your voice that now I am here. So that could choose the path of great PMO members Mohammad Ali Jaberzadeh, who fought for 48 years. It was these valuable martyrs like Brother Qassem and my uncle Koksaleh that give us the opportunity to choose, because they stood from the beginning. They wanted everything for us and for our rights, stood up and never gave up anything for their people. Praising their sacrifice is like praising freedom. And among us today, their place is empty. But I am glad today that a generation is ready to carry the fallen flags. And Mr. Stevenson, Iran is very fortunate to have real friend and defender like you. 15 years fighting and struggle. I believe your struggle next to Mrs. Mariam Rajavi is very ambitious for us. So the young people of Iran, isn't our hands full? Isn't our future glorious? And isn't our duties well known for us? In the current political situation that the world hears the Iranian resistance, in the situation that instead of the PMO regime and Pastaran that are in terrorist list, in the situation that Iranian people with their daily uprising and the political prisoners with their legendary resistance have brought an end for this regime. With the presence of PMO, with 50 years of sacrifice, honesty, and heroic resistance, with the leading of dear Mrs. Mariam Rajavi, who is the hope for all us young people, and our leader Baradar Massoud, and with the presence of defenders and supporters like you, Mr. Stevenson, definitely our hands are full. So we should all stand up and overthrow this dictator regime to the historic garbage bin of and bring freedom and democracy to our beautiful homeland. Thank you.
I'm Bahman, a former student from London, and before I start I want to thank you for all your support these years. From the campaigns we had in delisting the PMOI from the terror lists until now that we've managed to relocate all Camp Liberty residents to Albania. You've always been with us no matter how difficult the situation. There aren't many people who stand up for the greater good, and I'm sure for many years to come you will be remembered by the Iranian people for standing with them at hard times. As I said, I was a student in London, but at one point I saw that I could no longer take part in that path and carry on with it. I decided to join the resistance movement, and by that I mean the PMOI. When I saw scenes of children working on the streets, the suppression of women and their rights, and the fact that they are being treated as second-class citizens, or juveniles being executed, or even those who do not have homes and instead live in graves, those who suffer from addiction, the children who do not see their fathers as they are jailed for political reasons, and finally the things the mullahs do for money, power and position, all of which we see today around the Middle East because of a bunch of backward, fundamentalist and reactionary mullahs want to stay in power. Thousands and thousands of Syrian, Lebanese, Yemeni, Iraqi and Palestinian men, women and children are being killed. I could not see this happen and live my life normally. I felt that I needed to do things to stop this, and the only organisation capable of doing this was the PMOI. And so I decided to join their path, and for which I'm very grateful. I want to also thank you for supporting us in our recent victory in relocating the Camp Liberty residents. My excitement and happiness is doubled as my uncle was relocated as well. That is the personal side for me, but also we have managed to free up 3,500 members of the movement from the prison of Camp Liberty, and with them we can focus solely on the removal of the mullahs in Tehran. Now is our opportunity to be on the offensive, and we should come together and use every opportunity to hit this regime until the day in the near future where we can stand in Azadi Square with our President, Mrs. Maryam Rajavi. Before I end, I want to remember our dear brother Muhammad Ali Jawarzadeh, who, despite having illnesses, carried on the fight and resistance with this regime. And I think we should all carry on and try to be like him and others like him who fought until the end. Thank you very much.